Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for November 5, 2025. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the government shutdown has ended, but its impact on the economy and federal workers is still being felt. We've seen a mix of reactions from lawmakers, with some calling for increased border security and others pushing for more comprehensive immigration reform. As the situation continues to unfold, we'll keep you updated on any developments. Secondly, we're reflecting on the life and legacy of former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney, who passed away earlier this week. Cheney's time in office was marked by significant challenges and controversies, particularly with regards to his role in the Iraq War and the use of enhanced interrogation techniques on suspected terrorists. While his dedication to public service and commitment to conservative values have been praised by many, others have criticized his hawkish views and willingness to push the boundaries of executive power. Lastly, the Supreme Court is set to make a ruling on the legality of President Trump's tariffs, which could have significant implications for the U.S. economy, trade relationships, and the global economic landscape. Economists predict that if the tariffs are struck down, it could lead to a reduction in inflationary pressure and potentially impact the nation's federal debt. We'll continue to provide in-depth analysis and coverage of these stories as they develop. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, we've been following a significant development in international relations as the United States and China held a summit with implications for Japan and the global landscape. The meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping marks a strategic shift, positioning Japan as a crucial ally for Washington in the face of China's growing influence. Secondly, we've been analyzing the complex dance of international alliances, particularly focusing on how China views the current global landscape and its strategic preparations for a multipolar world. This includes insights into how Chinese leaders perceive President Trump's presidency and its impact on global trends. Lastly, and most urgently, we're covering the devastating situation in Sudan, where reports of mass killings, sexual violence, and human rights abuses have emerged following the fall of al-Fashir to the Rapid Support Forces. The humanitarian crisis is dire, with over 100,000 people displaced and in need of immediate support and protection. These stories highlight the intricate and evolving nature of global politics, alliances, and crises. At the AIDailyPress, we're committed to bringing you in-depth analysis, updates, and balanced reporting on the world's most critical stories. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the rising star of SoFi, a fintech company that's been making significant strides in the personal finance space. With its recent acquisition and expansion into new markets, SoFi is definitely one to watch. Secondly, we dove into the world of ETFs, where investors are eagerly capitalizing on opportunities despite uncertainty surrounding the Fed's future moves. With record highs in tech stocks and a supportive macro backdrop, ETF flows showed no signs of slowing down. Lastly, we explored the brewing storm between cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase and banking groups over regulatory oversight. As Coinbase bids for a national trust bank charter, opposition from banking lobbyists has been fierce, citing concerns over governance and stability. This debate touches on deeper issues of financial innovation, access, and regulation, and its outcome will be crucial in shaping the future of financial services in the digital age. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, we took a closer look at the stunning Beaver supermoon that captivated skygazers worldwide. This rare lunar event offered a breathtaking spectacle, reminding us of the awe-inspiring beauty and complexity of our universe. Next, we showcased an extraordinary collection of deep sky photos, courtesy of talented astrophotographers from around the globe. These images, featuring mesmerizing nebulae, galaxies, and celestial objects, not only demonstrated exceptional skill, but also highlighted the importance of astronomy in inspiring future generations to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Lastly, we turned our attention to Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket, poised for its second flight from Cape Canaveral, Florida. This critical mission marks a significant step towards establishing New Glenn as a reliable heavy-lift launch vehicle, with high stakes and exciting possibilities for Mars exploration and the deep space launch market. As we continue to explore the vast expanse of space and push the boundaries of human knowledge, we're filled with anticipation and wonder. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we uncover the latest developments in space and technology and keep looking up at those stars. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we looked at the upcoming ACC men's soccer tournament, which promises to be a fiercely competitive series of matches. With 6 different winners in the last 7 years, anticipation is high as to who will claim the top spot this time around. The tournament bracket presents an intriguing landscape, with Virginia securing the top seed. In another report, we focused on the world of football, specifically the Champions League, where Club Brugge and Barcelona are set to face off. We discussed the importance of fair play, sportsmanship, and respect for both teams in the beautiful game. Lastly, we examined the upcoming college football matchup between the Toledo Rockets and the Northern Illinois Huskies. The Rockets are looking to bounce back from their recent loss, while the Huskies are riding high after ending a 6-game losing streak. Our experts predict a close game, with the Rockets favored by 10 points. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we've been following a disturbing incident on the French island of Île-et-Rond, where a local man allegedly rammed his car into pedestrians and cyclists, leaving several people critically injured. The investigation is ongoing, and authorities are working to determine the motivations behind the attack. In other news, Ireland has announced a compulsory housing order for poultry and captive birds to minimize the risk of bird flu spread. This measure aims to reduce the threat to the industry and to poultry farmers' livelihoods. Fortunately, there's no concern about stocks of turkey for Christmas, as the current outbreak is quite small and the strain of bird flu circulating is low risk to humans. Lastly, we've been reporting on significant staffing shortages in stroke units and concerns about mental health services. These are critical issues that require attention and action from our healthcare systems. As we wrap up this evening's edition, I want to leave you with a thought. The connections between human health, animal welfare, and the environment are complex and multifaceted. By taking a holistic approach to addressing these challenges, we can work towards creating a healthier, more sustainable world for all. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. We've got a recap of the latest news and entertainment, and it's been quite a wild ride. First up, we've got an update on the ongoing legal saga between Justin Baldoni and Kim Kardashian's arch-nemesis is not involved in this one, but Taylor Swift is making headlines elsewhere. Justin Baldoni has decided not to refile his lawsuit against Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, which marks a significant development in this case. In other news, Alex Rodriguez's new docuseries, Alex vs. Uris, A-Rod, premiered on HBO Max, directed by none other than a die-hard Red Sox fan, Gotham Chopra. The series is being hailed as a raw and authentic look at the polarizing baseball legend. We also talked about Jessica Simpson's alleged botched plastic surgery and her new role in the series, All's Fair. And because we love to keep it classy, Bethany Frankel's favorite necklace is on sale for a steal. But the real story tonight is Taylor Swift. Her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, has taken the UK charts by storm, with 3 new songs debuting and her song, The Fate of Ophelia, returning to #1 on both the official singles sales and official singles downloads rosters. Keep it classy, and remember, if you want to make a good first impression, start with a good last impression. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. In tonight's edition, we're covering 3 critical environmental stories from around the world. Firstly, we're following a developing story in the UK where a conservation effort is underway to protect a historic estate from potential development. The project aims to restore the estate's natural habitats and promote biodiversity. Secondly, we're reporting on the alarming rate of seagrass loss in Indonesia, with recent data showing that the country has lost a significant portion of its seagrass meadows over the past 2 decades. Experts are calling for stronger national coordination and clearer policy frameworks to protect these vital ecosystems. Lastly, we're covering a chemical spill in the Philippines where approximately 67 million gallons of wastewater have been released into Baez Bay, posing significant risks to marine biodiversity, fisheries, and local livelihoods. Authorities are working to contain the spill, and conservation groups are calling for urgent action to prevent further pollution and ensure environmental responsibility. These stories highlight the importance of protecting our planet's precious biodiversity and the need for collective action to address the challenges posed by human activity, climate change, and pollution. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories and in-depth coverage of environmental issues and conservation efforts from around the world. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atenacha for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.